already done the introductory aspect of the course. We'll continue. Now, if you remember what we discussed in our last we said nervous system. First thing that should come to your mind when you hear nervous system should be what? Nerves, right? I said the first thing that should come to your mind when you hear the word nervous system is nerves, right? Okay, so we said the nervous system is now divided into two, right? We have the what? Central nervous system and the what? Peripheral nervous system. So central nervous system, which is found in the central part of the body, as consisting of what? The brain and the spinal cord, right? While the extremity composes of the peripheral nervous system, right? You know that the peripheral nervous system, we now split it into what? Somatic and autonomic, right?
Yes.
Somatic meaning voluntary, that you can control, they are in control of. And the first thing that should come to your mind under somatic are your skeletal muscles, right? Now, why for your autonomic are involuntary actions you cannot control, okay? And there, we now split it into two again, right? We have what? The sympathetic and parasympathetic. Okay, so we said the sympathetic is involved in what? In stressful situations, right?
Yes.
The 3 F's.
Fight or flight.
Flight, fight, fright, right? Yes. While our parasympathetic is involved in what? Rest and digest. Okay? And then we now looked at the anatomy of the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system, right?
Yeah.
Then we look at how from the brain, the hypothalamus is the main regulatory center for both the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, depending on which situation you are. So whenever you're in a stressful situation, the hypothalamus will receive the signal and what activate what the sympathetic nervous system, right?
Yes.
While when you're in a stressless or let me say stress-free situation, when you're in your best state, you're resting and you're digesting, you see that what the parasympathetic system is what will be activated, right? So then, in the activation of the sympathetic nervous system, we said there is presynaptic neuron coming out from where? From the spinal cord, right?
Yes.
If we're talking about the sympathetic nervous system, we say it's also called what? Thoracolumbar, right?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
The sympathetic system is also called thoracolumbar outflow, meaning our presynaptic neurons are coming out from the thoracic vertebrae and what? And the lumbar vertebrae. From T1 to T12 or to L1 to what? L2 or 3, depending. Okay? Then from there, it makes a what? A synapse at what? At ganglion, right?
Yes.
For the sympathetic nervous system, we say there are 3 types of ganglion. Remember, we say there's a paravertebral ganglion, there's a prevertebral ganglion. Okay?
Yes.
I think I thought that.
Yes, you thought it.
Maybe you're not just in the class. Okay, so we have your presynaptic neuron making synapse with your what? Your postsynaptic neuron, right? And then we look at the differences between sympathetic and what? And the parasympathetic, right?
Yes.
Now, one of the differences is the fact that what? The sympathetic is also called what? Thoracolumbar outflow, right? While the parasympathetic is also called what? Craniosacral outflow. You are looking at me. You don't know this. You don't know it. When you guys in class, why did you be in class? Okay. All right. So let's just quickly.
Shall I please continue with the sequences?
We've done it before, so we've done it before. Just check. Go back to the notes. Now, what we'll basically do today, we'll look at how the sympathetic system is activated. Okay. What happens when we say the sympathetic system is activated? What happens generally in the body? That's what we're going to look at today. Okay. Then we also look at the receptors of the adrenergic system, the synthesis of adrenergic neurotransmitters, and the effect, that's the response that you're going to get when your sympathetic system is activated. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's just briefly look at basically what happens. Now, first of all, we said the sympathetic nervous system is activated whenever we're in a stressful situation, right? Maybe, for example, when a big black dog is chasing you, or maybe when you see a snake, or maybe when you want to write tests. All of these. Okay. Most times our sympathetic nervous system is always activated. Okay.
Yes.
Now, so basically, we look at generally what's going to happen in the body. Okay, when we say the sympathetic nervous system is activated, what's going to happen generally in the body? Okay, so we're going to start from your head to your toe. Okay. Yes. Now, but before then, I want you guys to understand. Okay, one principle. The fact that, let's take this one down. Basically, let's do this one. Let's take identity receptors. Let's take identity receptors before we go into that. Okay, for the adrenergic receptors, this can be classified into two. Okay? Adrenergic receptors, this can be classified into two. Okay? So I have it to be something like adrenergic receptors, we divide it into two. We have the alpha, okay? And we have the what? Beta receptors. We have the alpha receptors and we have the beta receptors. Now, you should know that adrenergic receptors, they are all GPCR. All adrenergic receptors are what?
GPCR.
They are GPCR. What is GPCR?
G protein coupled receptors.
G protein coupled receptors. Okay. So, under the alpha, we have two types again. We have alpha 1 and what? Alpha 2. Okay. And while beta has three types. We have beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3. The beta 3 just modified beta 1. Instead we still see beta 3. So we have beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3. So if you remember in our GPCR, we have different types of GPCRs, right? From our receptors that we did. Okay?
Yes.
We have different types of GPCR. We have the GS, we have the GI, we have the GQ, we have G nodes, right? Okay, so basically the alpha 1 is actually GQ. Okay? Alpha 1 is GQ, while alpha 2 is GI, while all the betas are GS. You need to know this one very well. Okay? Now, with that understood, note that even there are few exceptions. All tissues, okay? All tissues to be stimulated constricted, depending on the terminology.
Yes.
Have alpha 1.
Yes.
Except
Yes.
okay? except the heart, your kidney, then
Spinal number one.
adipocytes. These three exceptions, the heart, the kidney, and the adipocytes, they all have what? Beta 1. Okay, so it simply means all the ones is meant for what? Stimulation, contraction, or what? Constriction, as the case may be, if you understand what I mean later. Okay, so once you know that this particular tissue is going to contract, or this particular smooth muscle is going to contract, or this particular gland is going to contract, or blood vessel is going to constrict, that should tell you that what receptor was found in it.
Alpha
Remember, it's going to end with 1, right? So it's either alpha 1 or beta 1, right? So, but we said it is all of that tissues will be alpha 1, only what? The heart, the kidney, and the adipocyte are the ones that are beta 1. So you need to know this one very well. Okay? Now, in the opposite manner, all tissues should be what? So what's the opposite of stimulate?
inhibited,
Inhibited,
dilated,
dilated,
constricted. Sorry. So what reason?
and just relax. Only some. Beta 2. Okay. They have beta 2, except this one is 3 P's. Except 3 P's, which is your pancreas, is there E at the back?
Is it?
Is there E at the back of pancreas?
Yes. That's correct.
Yes. Your pancreas, your presynaptic neuron, and your platelets. Which are what? Alpha 2. Okay? So all tissues to be stimulated, contracted, constricted should have alpha 1, except this 3. Then same thing, except this 3, that is alpha 2. Okay, so let's try and explain what this is. Now, like I said, I want to look at the effect of adrenergic drive in our body from head to toe. Okay, so basically, this really does not really apply to, well, I don't know, the mechanism. You know, if you've experienced cold, sometimes your ears, those for those that have it, I don't really have it. The ears usually stand up altogether. Now, the mechanism behind it is under your skin, you have what we call your air follicle, right? I don't know how to do this. Let me say this is skin. Okay. So we actually have so we actually have this is your air follicle. Now we actually have a muscle that is making this air follicle to come out when it's contracted or to relax, that's to sleep when it's what relaxed. Right? All together. That particular muscle, you call it let me use the brain. So there's a muscle that is causing. So this particular muscle, we call it erector pili. Not erector, They have a rector line, they have a rector. Wow. A rector line. Okay? So, I was saying when you're under stressful circumstances, like maybe when there's school, maybe now an example. I would say the air stand up, right? Now, the main thing behind the air standing up is the fact that this erector pili has to be what? Contracted, right?
Yes.
It contracts. And since it is contracted, that's when this air follicle will stand up, right?
Yes.
Now, because this muscle is contracting, which receptor is it going to have?
Contracted.
Alpha 1. Okay? So, it's going to have alpha 1. Okay? So that's what happens basically in the air. Now, so it can also be a normal air. Now, if I move down, let's go to the eyes. Two things will happen in the eyes. Now, in the first scenario, within your pupil, can I clean this?
Sharp eye.
You actually have so we actually have some set of muscles. You know, before I even continue, now you need to know most times autonomic nervous system are targeting three things. They are targeting smooth muscles, basically. So they are targeting smooth muscles, they are targeting glands, all glandular structures, targeting glands. Then
Organ.
myocardium, so the heart itself, every part of the heart, we get there. But within an organ, within any visceral, that's internal organ, basically, you are targeting what? The smooth muscles. The neurotransmitter. For example, what will be the neurotransmitter in this whole discussion here now? Epinephrine or norepinephrine, right? So basically, norepinephrine is released from what? From neurons, right?
Yes.
So every adrenergic neuron is releasing what? Norepinephrine, not epinephrine. All together?
Yes.
Epinephrine is released by adrenal gland.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Adrenal gland on the adrenal medulla.
On the way?
Adrenal medulla. No.
It's released from adrenal medulla, right? Adrenal gland is found in on top of the kidney, right?
Yes.
So that's whole structure is not divided into but just know that the epinephrine, right, is released from what? From the kidney, right? But all adrenergic neurons are releasing what? No epinephrine. Okay. So now, we're saying the neurotransmitters are targeting either smooth muscles, glands, or the heart. So next time we're looking at internal organs, we're looking at smooth muscles,
Yes.
basically, altogether. So now, for the eye as an example, I said we have two targets here. Now the first one is actually what we call your these are the muscles. Either call it radial muscles or you call it dilator pupilli. These muscles are called this particular arm that I'm drawing here. Okay. So either you call it dilator pupilli or you call it radial muscles. Now basically, from the name dilator pupilli, it simply means they want to cause what? Dilation.
Yes.
Now, mind you, when I'm saying all tissues to be stimulated, contracted, constricted, I don't mean the end result I don't mean that, okay, maybe in the long run, that particular thing will be contraction, or I actually mean the muscle. I'm looking at the muscle. Now, what I mean is, look at this. We said in the long run, we want to experience what? Pupillary dilation. Altogether, the pupils has to open up, widen. Do you understand? Because that's what always happens when there's an analytic drive. So in the air has to stand up, like what we discussed here, right? Then the pupils afterwards dilate. Now, if you look at it, when we say this is actually the pupil. Now, if this pupil wants to dilate, now do you expect this dilator pupilli, should it contract or it should relax? Think of it. If this dilator pupilli relax, it will be in this state, right?
Yes.
But if it contracts, it's going to pull down. Why this pupil will what? Will increase in widens.
Yes.
You understand the mechanism?
Yes.
So what do you think about this dilator pupilli? For us to have pupillary dilation, should this dilator pupilli contract or relax?
Contract.
Should it contract or relax?
Relax.
With
I said that if it's relaxed, it will be in this normal state, and the size that we're going to have will be very small. While if it's contract, the only some contract, what will happen to the pupil? It's widen, and that's what we call pupillary dilation.
Yes.
So now what we're saying is, it is the norepinephrine is actually having receptors. We have receptors on this dilator pupilli. So we want to find out which receptor. Do you understand? Now, since we said there was going to be what? Pupillary dilation, meaning these radial muscles we have to what? Contract, right? These radial muscles have to contract, and as such, which receptor will be found here?
Alpha 1.
Alpha 1. So we have alpha 1 here. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I said within the eye we have two targets, right? One is on the pupil for us to have pupillary dilation, right? So the whole wrong effect is actually what pupillary dilation, right?
Yes.
Now in the second scenario, I really don't have to draw. Just manage this one.
First one, what is contract? The pupillary dilator or the radial muscle? Yes.
Okay?
Sir. But first one, dilator pupillary that is constricting.
It's contracting, not constrict. When we use constrict, right, we're talking of blood vessel. When it's muscle, we use contract or relax. When it's blood vessel, that we use constriction or relaxation. But when it's muscle, we use contract. So here, I'm saying the dilator pupillary is what? It's contracting. So it's contract, then the pupil now widening, and then we're now going to have a pupillary dilation. Right? Do we get it?
Yes.
Okay, now also this is just the front view, right? Now the main is I don't know, I'm not too good with all these sections of maybe longitudinal and I'm not good with that. But in this section of this eye, now we actually have, when we are most times when we are under stressful situation, or maybe when we are challenged with a dog, there is this tendency that the body generally activates, and then we just have to run. And then our eyes, it accommodates for far view. As we see things, we see so far. Are we getting it? We are seeing far things. So the mechanism behind this accommodation for far view, you don't want to explain now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So in the first case, we're saying our pupil will have to what? Our pupil will dilate,
Yes.
right? Now, in another, within the eyes again, we want to accommodate for what? For far view. We don't just want to see everything that are close to us. We see things that are far so that we know where we are running to, where we are heading to. Right?
Yes.
So now I want to look at the mechanism behind accommodation for far view. Do you understand? Now, basically, it all depends on your lens. Okay? You know the eyes has lens, right?
Yes.
Now, we actually have another set of muscle here. Okay. This muscle is actually called ciliaris. Okay. Now, what this muscle is doing is, we have like a kind of suspending ligament here that is holding the lens. Okay. Okay, so this is the ciliaris muscle. Why is our lens? Then this is another ciliaris muscle. Okay, so these are our suspending ligaments. Now the concept is this ciliaris muscle, this edge is actually fixed. That means you cannot move it. But this other end can move depending on if it's contracting or is what or is relaxing. You get the concept. This point is always fixed. But this other end can move up, that's when it's contracting, or it will move down when it's relaxing, right? Now, let's assume it is contracting, right? Let me just assume it is contracting. It simply means from here, I'm just going to have, in this first scenario, this particular ciliary muscle is relaxed, right? This thread becomes tight. I was getting it. This suspended ligament becomes tight. Then the lens, it becomes a bit flattened. Now, while in the second scenario, when here contracts, this lens becomes, this suspended ligament becomes what? Loose. While the lens becomes what? Globular. It becomes bigger. I said when it is contracting, I told you here is fixed, while it is this one that will be moving. So when it is contracting, this one will push up down, the suspended ligaments become loose, while the lens now becomes much more bigger, that's globular. Do you understand? Now, in this concept, we want to understand the mechanism of accommodation for far view. Now, for you to see far, we want our lens to be more flattened than globular.
Yes.
Do you understand? So the lens has to be more flattened than globular. So in that scenario, that simply means this our ciliaris muscle, should it contract or should it relax?
It should contract.
I said if it contracts, what will happen to the lens now? It becomes globular, which is accommodation for what? For near view.
Okay.
So I said when it is globular, it is accommodation for near view. While when it is flattened, it is what? Accommodation for what? For far view. Altogether. So now, we're saying this ciliaris muscle, should it contract or it should relax? It should relax, right? So when it is relaxed, then this suspended ligament becomes tight, then the lens becomes what? Flattened. So if this muscle should relax, then what receptor should it have?
Beta 2.
Beta 2. So it simply means there are beta 2 receptors here.
Yes, ciliary
Okay? So we will later sum up what we have written on. So in the first scenario, rectum pili is having what? Alpha 1, right? Because that muscle will contract and making the head to stand, right? Then in the eyes, we saw that what? The dilator pupilla is also having what? Alpha 1, because when it contracts, these pupils widens, then we're going to have a pupillar dilation. Then finally, your ciliaris muscle is having what? Beta 2, so that it becomes relaxed, and then we're going to have what? A flattened lens, which will not accommodate for what? For far view, right? So these are the effects on the eyes. I said there are two effects on the eyes. altogether. Okay. Now let's quickly look at are we good to go? Are we good to go?
I'll try to process.
Okay, so we take a break, then we'll continue. Okay.